record. I'm gonna hit mute for now, and then I'll unmute and I'll ask questions certainly as we go along. Okay, so welcome everyone to our 5-day boot camp training to blast your business off the ground. Some things we're going to talk about is your goal, your why, staying committed. I want to plan short-term goals with you guys. I want to plan long-term goals with you guys. And I also want to talk about how to stay motivated. Much of this business has to do with mindset, right? We're all here because we love our products. We are just passionate about our products, right? We want to tell the world about it. But there's a few people who make it and many who don't. And my biggest thing is it's really mindset. If you're not dedicated, if you're not passionate, if you're not committed, long after the excitement is gone, it kind of just dwindles away, right? And I've never met a millionaire that really did it in 3 months. You know, the first year for everyone is really learning and growing and improving yourself and trying to better yourself. So I'm going to give you guys some daily action steps. I'm going to give you an activity tracker. We're going to talk about the planner. But what I want to start you off with is this amazing quote in this book. And I want you all to think about it because you're all here for a reason. You're all here because you want to learn, grow, get better, make more money, help more people. Whatever the reason is that you're here, you made it. You're the select few that made it onto this call while everyone else is, you know, in bed watching Netflix. So first and foremost, you got to give yourselves a big hand or a pat on the back for being here. I'm very proud of you guys. So I read this amazing book, and I love the first quote. The first quote in this book is, "At 211 degrees, water is hot. At 212 degrees, water boils. Applying that one extra degree of temperature means the difference between something that's simply very hot or something that's powerful and forceful enough to generate a train." You know, that 1 degree of oomph, that 1 degree of giving it everything you have. And if you put in that 1 degree every single day of your life, that's going to be enough to see small compound effects. And I'm going to tell you a story. You know, you have 3 guys. One guy that said, you know what, I'm not giving up the beer, I'm not giving up the cigarettes, I'm not giving up the cake after dinner. And guess what? In 5 years from now, that guy is going to be 15 pounds heavier, still stuck, still doing the same old shit that he was doing for 5 years, right? And then I curse a lot, so if anyone's offended, just raise your hand. I'm from Brooklyn, that's how we roll. The second guy said, you know what, I'm going to give up the beer. I'm going to drink more water, and I'm just going to read 10 pages of a book every night. And in 5 years, that guy lost 15 pounds. In 5 years, that guy got a promotion at work because he improved himself. He got better. Because of his promotion, he had a better relationship with his wife. He was healthier, right? And then you have the third guy who just chose to stay the same turkey bologna sandwich for work every single day, kind of like my ex-husband, completely content with where he's at, right? But this is a place where you want to grow, you want to learn, and you want to change, right? So before I ask you guys what your goals are, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I came from a divorced home. I was a black sheep in my family. I had a very tough time with my stepdad. You know, I couldn't stand him, and he probably felt the same way about me growing up. I was very rebellious. I preferred to be hanging out in the street and being with my friends as opposed to being home. I didn't have that good life. And honestly, I never felt comfortable in my skin. If it wasn't food, it was drugs. It was always something to dull, you know, my emotional pain. Being a young girl growing up in Brooklyn to two immigrant parents, you're not always poured into. Nobody ever says you're going to be a champ, you're going to be a winner, you're going to be the best that you can be. You know, and a lot of my life lessons I learned in the streets. You know, I won't say unfortunately because it made me who I am today. But self-growth, a millionaire mindset, it's something that we have to work on every day. When I was introduced to this company, to my company, I really came on just to lose weight. How many of you guys are in love with your products? Whatever company you're with, you're so passionate because these products have changed your freaking life, right? I came on to this program to lose weight. That was it. When I had lost 28 pounds, I started telling people about the program, not because anything to do with money, because I felt good, because I wanted others to feel good, and because I felt that I can help them, right? I always enjoyed helping other people. And if I knew a great restaurant or a good recommendation or, you know, any kind of referral, I was always happy to share with friends, always. And that's how it started. So when I got my first commission check for $212, I didn't wake up and say, I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm going to buy a house. You know, this is the type of shit that you have to work on yourself. You know, we all come with stuck, right? We all have thoughts and discriminations and things that we already have in our mind about other people. Well, I can't tell her about this program because she's too fat, or she's too skinny, or she's not going to give up her McDonald's. We all have these, you know, prejudgments set on people. And I have to tell you that the person who, it's funny because the girl who told me about this program, a childhood friend, Jen Unitas, she never signed me up. She gave me away to a total stranger. And had she signed me up, maybe she would have been successful too. But the woman who signed me up, she didn't think anything of me. She didn't invest time in me. There was no upline, no sideline. There was nobody holding my hand. When I got that first commission check, I thought, my gosh, where can I get more of this? You know, it was really that simple. My husband was a truck driver. He was working 16-hour days. He would leave the house at 4 a.m. He'd come home at 8 p.m. I was pissed off because I was with the kids all day. I had no help, no support, and we were strapped. I mean, we had to make decisions like, are we paying the rent this month, or are we going to bang out the cable and the phone bill? That's how we lived every single day, strapped, worried. So when I heard about this profession, or when they sent me this credit card, I started Googling. I wanted to see where there was more money, how I could get to the next level. And honestly, the desire, the motivation, it has to come from within. You have to want it bad enough. And you know, I was talking to my friend Dom today, and I told him, honestly, I had to block 185 people on Facebook. Not because I was a mean girl, but because they were in my way. They were negative. I had an aunt that would post crazy things on my post. I just had, you know, are there kids on this Zoom? I had a lot of cock blockers. And you know what? Honestly, I had to just put the blinders on and really go for what I believed in. And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to go with your gut. And what I can tell you is by going with my gut, by leading, I have helped so many people with our program. I've seen so many lives change for the better. I had so many, I invited Ed Golden on this call tonight, but to see a husband and wife retire under 40 years old with a multiple six-figure income, and they can be home raising their two babies, that's the kind of stuff that really adds fuel to my fire every day. And you know what? For every bad apple that comes in your way, that doesn't believe in you, that's gonna really just hurt you. Sometimes we have family members that don't support us. Sometimes our job is so busy, you have crazy hours, you're like, where am I going to find the time for this? But you have to go with your heart. And honestly, even if you just put in 1 hour a day, you can make a go of this. Anybody can do this, and I'm here to tell you that. I came with no network marketing experience. I came with nothing but street smarts. Everything I've picked up, I've learned along the way because I've wanted to. I wanted this so bad. And as a result, you know, I've been able to retire my husband. I've earned $1 million cumulatively, which sounds even ridiculous for me to say those words out of my mouth because I don't even see myself that way. But it takes growth, and it takes passion, and it takes commitment. So today I want to help you guys really set some goals and get out of your head and stop making those excuses and really push yourself to be that 1 degree between, you know, hot water and enough steam to power a freight train. And I do believe that you will have the gift and the skill set and the desire to make this happen. So let's start. I would love to introduce, you know, have you guys introduce one another and just, you know, briefly say what your goals are and what you're hoping to achieve out of this training. And then we're going to talk about, you know, short-term goals and long-term goals, because guys, if you're just running, you're going and you don't know where you're going. You have to. Every leader, every successful person that I've interviewed, that I've spoken to, they all knew exactly where they were going, short-term and long-term. They had a mission statement, they had a vision statement, and they were so goddamn clear on their why that nobody was going to break them. And I want you guys to walk away from this training that clear, that firm on your belief. You know, and I honestly, I read a lot of these comments that you guys had in the group. And to my, you know, surprise, most of these reservations that you have, most of these fears that you had, it had nothing to do with the compensation plan. We all get paid the same. If I can do this, anybody can do this, right? If we all believe in our products, most of the reasons why people are not successful is the things that they tell themselves, right? So that's another goal of mine, is to help you guys get over the story, the bullshit story that you keep telling yourself of why you can't do this, why this is not for you, why you're not meant to be successful, why you give a hoot about what your neighbors think about you. Because honestly, listen, I told my friends, I'm going to the top. You're either going to come with me or you can join me later, but I'm not going to stop. I deserve it. My kids deserve it. So some of the things that we heard, let's just go over some of these, is articulating the financial vision and staying organized. We're going to talk tomorrow about organization, but you know what? Articulating the vision comes with time, my friends. I didn't wake up and start telling the world, you're going to be rich. This is how you're going to do it. Articulating the vision comes with self-development. When you believe 100%, right, in all the areas, the comp plan, the products, and yourself, in network marketing, then you will be able to cast a vision. And when you cast that vision, you will be able to talk to people confidently, you know, and proud. You don't want to talk to people like, yeah, this is some. I mean, when I talk to my friends, I tell them sure as heck that this is going to work as long as they work it. Right? So don't worry about casting the vision. Work on growing yourself. That's going to come with time. Somebody else said staying focused on her business. She seems to get sidetracked and she's always worried about not succeeding. You are, right? I have given you guys like the keys of $1 million store, right? Network marketing. They don't ask you for your resume. They don't ask you if you have a GED or a PhD. They don't ask you if you've got a criminal record. Not that I do. I'm just putting it out there. But in network marketing, they don't ask you anything. They tell you that there is no cap to how much you can make. All you have to do is lead with passion. That's it. So why aren't we leading Why aren't we taking this to the limit? It's such a beautiful profession. They don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're gay, if you're straight, if you believe in Jesus, or it doesn't matter. Your only requirement is to help people, right? So why do we put all these blocks and all these reservations on ourselves? All these objections and all these fears have to do with us. I'm afraid my job will get in the way. I'm afraid of upsetting people. My family will get mad at me. You know what? It definitely takes a tribe to make this work. I had to ask my husband to please be home early because I had to put on makeup on this face and get the kids to bed and do what I had to do to be present on this call. And sometimes they're going to chip in and have your back and help you, and sometimes they're not. But, you know, in the beginning, I think my parents still think I'm selling Tupperware. I mean, I tell my dad I'm going to a convention. My dad's like, okay, honey, have fun at your little job. And I'm like, they are never going to take me seriously. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. You keep going, you keep growing, and you do it. And I have to tell you, the longer that you stay committed, the more your belief is, the more people will come around. Maybe your boyfriend's giving you a hard time. Maybe your spouse is not really supporting. Maybe you get these asinine comments from your family. You're going to that cult meeting again. It's okay. Stay the course. I promise you, they will come around. Your belief has to be strong to prove them wrong. I mean, when I ordered the program, my husband, his exact words, I will call him in here. He said, again, you're going to piss away money on another weight loss program, quote unquote. He did not believe. He told me to save the box and save the receipt because I would return it in 7 days like I did everything else. But guess what? It worked. And not only did it work, it brought us to a whole nother level. Of course you're going to have people doubting you and hating you. You know, it's not difficult work, but it's not easy. And most of the time it's about getting over those humps and those hurdles and those objections. And people will laugh at you and people will think you're crazy. And that's the most difficult thing about network marketing. Sometimes you're going to lose a little bit of social esteem. But I don't think anyone's laughing at me now. I don't think so. And you have to go and grow past the bullshit to get where you need to be. Honestly, stop worrying about them. They're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to put your babies through college. If you believe in it, you have to do it. So another problem is fear of judgment. Fear of judgment. But not everyone's life is perfect. It's funny, I was on the phone with my friend Jen Murgatroyd, and she's an Isagenix millionaire from Montana. And she said to me that her daughter's schoolmate made a snippy comment like, my mommy and daddy said, like, you're one of those, a network marketer. And her parents are doctors. And my friend Jen is, extremely financially, honestly, she's making more than a chiropractor. She's making more than a cardiologist. But people have these reservations and people have these prejudgments and people still can say words like pyramid scheme. And there's no scheme. I mean, if you recommend a great restaurant like Ponte Vecchio, too bad they didn't pay you for your referral. Here we get paid for every referral plus them and them and them and them. So when people ask me if I'm a part of a pyramid, I'm like, hell yes, 20,000 deep. I got some dude in Asia that I don't even know that I'm getting compensated on. Learn to be proud of it. Learn not to take these comments that people are saying as hurtful and painful. Learn to handle it with style and grace because your belief is strong. And I promise you that will come with learning, with growth. It doesn't happen overnight. Someone talked about, she's unsure of how to meet new people, how to close the deal. Somebody else said her challenges are being organized and staying true to the vision. Someone else said that, she feels concerned because she's not growing fast enough. She put very high expectations on herself. And what I can tell you is the beauty of this program, the beauty of network marketing is that you get to earn while you learn. Every master was once a disaster, and so was I, and so were you, and so were some of the greatest people in this industry. We all sucked until we got better. But the beauty of this is that as long as you're sharing from the heart, as long as you're doing it passionately, genuinely to help other people, you cannot go wrong. You know, here's a beautiful quote by Bill Britt, who's a billionaire from Amway. And he said, you know, I've showed the compensation plan to 900 people. Out of those 900, only 300 said yes. Out of those 300, 30 did anything at all. And out of those 30, 2 made me the billionaire that I am today. So picture you have a shovel, right? And you're in your backyard, and I'm telling you that there are gold nuggets in your backyard. And all you're doing is looking for the good ones who are going to show up to meetings, the good ones who are going to get on calls, the good ones who want to help people, who are genuinely and truly and positively just a light, a pleasure to be around. And that's another great thing about this business is I get to qualify people. I don't have to work with jerks anymore stuck in a cubicle. You get to choose who you want to work with, when, and why. And that's the most incredible thing, to surround myself with beautiful people that uplift me, that want good for me, that see something special in me long before I saw it in myself. I never had confidence. I never had any type of self-esteem, right? But you surround yourself with good people that are like, and you're good at this, and you're great, and you've helped me. My gosh, my mom is, you know, living a better life because you had the courage to do that. And these kind words and this positivity and the good that people feed into you really does bring out the best in you. And all I can tell you is if you lead with a servant heart, you can't go wrong. But you have to manage your frustrations in this business. You have to. If I don't sign someone up, I'm not going to say, oh, I suck at this. You know, guys, I've had somebody with me for 3 years, and I loved her. I thought she was magnificent. I thought she would go so far, and she quit. And that's the breaks. You know, things are going to happen. People are going to fall off. People are going to quit. Some people are going to be allergic to your products. Some people are going to be allergic to good old-fashioned hard work. Those aren't the ones that we're looking for, right? We're looking for people that really, really want something amazing out of life. Some people who want to leave a legacy behind for their kids, people who want to make an impact in the world, people who really are committed to touching people's lives because they know there's more to this than just us, right? So when I talk to people, and I show them what's possible, you plus 2, them plus 2, them plus 2, and in a few years it's $8,000 and you're making a residual income of $702,000 a year. That ignites me. Watching the look on someone's face, that gets me excited. So when someone doesn't get it, that's okay. They can remain a product user. If somebody says it's not for me, that's okay, because I'm looking for the ones who are. So someone said that her main challenge is really sharing the story, sharing her story. But you know what? She didn't show up tonight. So how is she going to learn how to share her story? You know what I mean? You have to be committed to learning and growing and doing the best you can. And you have to not prejudge people. If I prejudged and said, oh, well, my friends on Facebook are fat. Nobody's going to want to do this. They've all heard of Isagenix. Everybody knows about it. Where would I be? Where would I be? And I always give this example. I see Jenny on the call. Jenny is thin, right? Jenny comes from an affluent family, if you don't mind me saying so. And I never even spoke to her about it because Jenny was a lawyer. Why would she need to do this? And she called me up and ripped me a new asshole and said, why haven't you told me about this? I'm exhausted, I'm overwhelmed, my energy level sucks, and I love nutrition. how many people would have overlooked me because I wasn't good enough, because I didn't meet their criteria, because I wasn't coachable? You know, just think about that. So we're going to set up goals tonight. We're going to make it our business to talk to everyone. I'm going to teach you guys how to share your story, but I want you to be clear on your why. Because the people who wake up every morning and have a strong why, a strong commitment, they're the ones that don't quit. And I cannot tell you how many people quit. There's a quote by Vince Lombardi who says that the difference between a loser and a winner, an inch. That's the fine line. I see people quit right before they're ready to go into momentum. You know, so you really have to commit to doing this. You have to believe in what you're doing, and you have to be very clear on your vision and your mission. So I'm going to give you guys an example of a mission statement. I'm going to read it here so I don't butcher it, but a mission statement is a brief description of the overriding focus and principles of your business and life. Your mission statement helps you to make decisions and provides guidance in decision making, including your values, your objectives. For example, my mission statement is to empower 1 million women on the planet to live to their full potential in all areas of their life: health, wellness, and financial freedom. That can be your mission statement. So I want you guys to think about that as you're setting goals. So I'm going to go around and just, we'll go one by one. I'll ask you to make it quick so everyone gets a turn, maybe a sentence or two. But what is your goal? What is your ultimate goal? What are you hoping to be, to grow into, to really, where do you want to take this? So I will start with Jennifer. Hi, Jen.
Hi, how are you?
Awesome. How are you?
Good.
Jen is with us from Australia. I'm really happy to have you.
Oh, no, I'm from Denver.
Ah! You were on Rachel's Australian call.
Oh, really?
My bad. Okay, so tell us, what's your ultimate goal, Jen?
My goal, well, I've been overweight my whole life, and I've lost 30 pounds, also being on Isagenix. And so my goal is to help other people as well. And also, I've been on the road for 17 years, and I would also like to get off the road and have a normal life and be able to help others more.
What do you do, Jen? Do you drive?
No, I do. I work catastrophe work for insurance, so I travel all over the United States.
Okay. What would it take to keep you home? What would it take to have you be financially free and independent?
As far as if I could make what I was making now, I would definitely be able to further that. So that's.
I want you to put a number on it. I want you to be very clear, because we're going to work on breaking it down from a yearly income to a monthly income to a weekly to how many people you have to produce to do that. So think about the number. You don't have to say it, but I want you to write down your goals tonight and say, I am a 6-figure income earner. I'm making $8,000 a week with Isagenix, and I will be home by June 2017. I want you to be clear as hell, and I don't want you to, shit on yourself with the should've and could've and all that nonsense. You write that as though it's clear as day.
Okay, I will definitely.
Okay, and we're going to work on that. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
How about you, Christine?
Thank you. I have a couple of goals. I mean, my main goal, and at the beginning, it was actually money. But as I loved the products more and more, it really was when I heard somebody say how awful they felt, how tired they were, how they didn't have their own sense of freedom. I would say, you have to try. You have to try this, because it's the only thing that I ever found that made me feel better. It's actually the business side of it makes me braver. you know. It makes me talk to people more. It makes me stand up in my family more and say, you know, I need to do this. So guys, everybody leave me alone for an hour. I need to do it. My mission is definitely to help girls like me, women like me, who are tired. You know, we all have to band together. And now's the time that women have to become friends and not secretive about what they do. Yeah. And my other goal is, retire earlier.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Christine works her ass off in the summer and the winter delivering our mail. So thank you for your service, friend. But she's been a mail lady for far too long, and she's a mama, a single mama, and she's tired. She'd rather be, home. So.
Yeah, I would definitely rather be home. And I listened to Jennifer's answers, and I thought to myself, what would it take for me to stay home every month? $5,000. If you put a number on it, $5,000 a month. I could stay home, pay my bills off, have a little more, and just be home. And set up new habits, new things to do. So my goal is just, I think I actually reached my first goal, is that I'm braver. Yeah. I'm way more outspoken than I used to be. Outspoken meaning not sarcastic. Outspoken meaning, hi, did you just talk about running? I could help you, oh, did you ever have this? And so it's definitely made me more of an independent person so far.
How many of you guys feel that you've grown since you've been in this profession? How many of you feel that you've grown as a person, as a leader, as a servant? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I worked for Child Protective Services. I was a social worker, and there was not even a portion of the self-development that our companies put into us. And it's awesome, because being here, it's, you start this out, you sign up a couple people, and you never think in your mind, my gosh, I'm going to be leading a team of 50,000 people one day. And when you grow, it's because you want to grow for them, to be a better example for your team. And it's this great saying that, you grow by how many people you've helped. If you can help a lot of people, then you're going to be okay. And I love that about this profession, because it really pushes you to strive higher and do better. Thank you, Christine. How about you, Chrissy?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yep, perfect.
All right, good. So my goals are really just very similar to everyone else's goals, and it's just to help women and people. I haven't had a man join my team yet, but that would be another short-term goal, is maybe to diversify my team. But to help people achieve their fitness goals and their financial goals. I feel a little intimidated when it comes to the financial aspect of it, because I don't really understand the compensation plan yet. I'm still learning, but I think if I could just help people get to where I would eventually like to go, which is a long-term goal of mine, and that would be to not have to work this crazy corporate job I work right now, where, I was literally working all the way up until your meeting, jump from one computer to the next computer, and I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow morning. So yeah, it's constant.
You should follow Jessica Rayner. I don't know if you follow her on Facebook, or maybe you can message her, but she's pretty magnificent. She, you know what, even Sabina Kyle on our team, she owns a credit card company. They deal with credit card fraud or something like that. It's a corporate job. And, when you hear these women say that one day I walk out of my bedroom and I see that my kids' jeans are 4 inches above their ankles, and so much time that I've missed, so many moments, and for what? Like, to help somebody else. And I think that's, another great thing about this is really the joy and the beauty of getting to be home with your babies every day, getting to watch them grow, getting to say, fuck it, and going to get a massage at 1 PM because you deserve it. I think that a lot of this is time freedom and enjoying life. And so many people are posting on Facebook, oh, thank God it's hump day Wednesday, and oh, Friday can't come soon enough. And I'm celebrating every Monday. I'm like, woo, it's the start of a new week. Let's rock and roll. I mean, we should all live in that zone. We should be happy and enjoy life. Life is so incredibly short, you know. So follow some of these people, have a call with Sabina, and you know what? You have to do it. You really got to do full throttle. And honestly, you don't have to know what the heck you're doing. Just keep signing people up and tell them to find 2 friends, because exponentially it's going to grow and grow and grow. And, you know, I told my friend today, I don't know about the science. I don't care about the science. People are going to sign up with you because they know you, they love you, and they trust you. That's the important part. So how many people are you sharing your story with? You know, and I'll teach you guys how to share your story on Wednesday. But thank you for sharing that. I do understand what that feels like. How about you, Jade? Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So Jade is the youngest on the call. I love her. I'm so proud of her.
So excited. Can you repeat the question? No.
What are your goals, Jade? What are you hoping to really do with your network marketing business? Short term, long term, financially?
Well, ultimately, like the goal, the dream is to be in the Star 1000. That's like a long time coming, no. But I don't know, just reach consultant first, and then I don't know, take it from there. I want to, I had to take student loans out for this semester and the coming semester. So be able to pay those off and not have to struggle while I'm living on my own with my boyfriend and stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah.
How many of you guys are in your 40s and still have student debt? I still have $77,000 in student loans. Can you imagine putting myself through college and, you know, to still, it's crazy. Thank you for sharing, Jade. You're going to be a rock star. We're going to help you manage this in your time. How about you, Lisa?
So I have a few. I was, first, you know, I love the products. So I just can't get over the fact that they work. And I just find it so, like, I need everybody to do it. So I just want to share it with everybody because I just can't believe it worked. Cannot believe it. For the business end of it, I just, you know, I've worked in sales and marketing for 25 years in a technology corporate atmosphere. And I was, like I've said to Angela many times, I basically, you know, sold air, and I was burnt out and just tired of that. And this is, to me, like, just has like kind of restored my, just everything, all my passions and who I want to be. And I'm like, not so, I don't feel so down and out. I love the culture of this company, and I've decided to basically not work at my corporate job, to put all of my time into working this business. And really the end goal is to just, you know, have complete financial freedom and restore the financial setbacks that my husband and I have had over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So many people really, they do feel ignited and they do feel passionate, because when you get to help somebody, and you've helped your cousin, you've helped your best friend, you've helped, you know, seen so many people, it does kind of breathe life into you. So we're gonna take a couple more, and then the rest will continue tomorrow with goals and stuff. Is there anyone who really wants to go today, or should I just keep going in order? All right, I'll go with Nikki.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, good. So this is Michaela. This is my little girl. She should be in bed because she has school tomorrow, but she knew I was going to be on this. So she is my reason for everything. The reason I feel like I'm so passionate about this, I can't believe how I've changed. I've only been doing this for 2 months, and I can't believe how different I feel. I've had, life kind of hits you. You talked about all the shit that you've gone through, and yes, my daughter knows cuss words, so that doesn't bother me at all. But life kicks you, and we've gone through a lot of rough times. But I feel different. My self-esteem, I see things working. I like how I feel. I want to be a good role model to everyone, particularly this one. And I just feel like I wouldn't be doing the world justice if I didn't share this with other people. And that is my main thing. I do work a full-time job, but I want, like you said, if I want to be able to go on a field trip with her, I don't want to have to go ask permission for some, to say, excuse me, can I go? I feel like I've just been struggling with life, and I've just been kind of going through day by day, and I don't want to miss out on life's opportunities. I want to take advantage of all of it.
Yeah. So many of us are just living through the motions, and I have to tell you, even when I was, when I left my job and I was a stay-at-home mom, I always felt like there was more to me. I always felt like I love being a mom. It's the best job ever, but I felt that there was more to my life than just being a mom. And when I get to wake up and help people, and I have to tell you that the gratitude that people feel is tremendous. I mean, it's so crazy. Nikki, who enrolled you?
Heather Bailey Lynch.
Heather. And who enrolled Heather?
I'm not sure who enrolled Heather.
Where's Ed? Is Ed on the call?
Maria enrolled Heather.
It's so crazy. And Ellen enrolled, so I enrolled Bess enrolled Ed enrolled Crystal enrolled Ellen enrolled Maria enrolled Heather. And here's this woman 7 levels underneath me whose life is so drastically different because I had the guts to speak up. Can you understand how powerful this impact is? Dawn, you haven't even met the people that are going to be 12 levels underneath you. I mean, this is powerful stuff, guys. You have the ability to change the world, and you have to wake up and remember that every day. So I want to thank you for sharing that, Nikki. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk. So I want you guys tonight to write out your goals. Okay, that's your homework assignment. I want you to write a short-term goal, right? So short-term, I want to make $1,000 a week. I want to hit the next rank of getting to managers, so I get into those holiday pools. And whatever your next rank is, take some time and learn about it. Google. Guys, I had no upline. I use Google for everything. Google is like the best coach, mentor, encyclopedia for me. All the information is out there if you truly want it. So we got to leave the BS excuses. Now she doesn't help me. She doesn't work. Forget it. You have to really, drive this. So let's write out our short-term goals, very clear and specific. And we're going to write out your long-term goals, very clear and very specific. And I want you to write 5 things that you are amazing at. What are your strengths? What are your strengths? Because so many times we're so quick to poo-poo ourselves. Oh, I'm not good. I'm not a closer. I can't talk to this one. I mean, don't you wish you would wake up in the mirror and look in the mirror every day and just say, I'm fucking awesome, right? And you're so awesome. Why aren't we trained that way? Why don't our brains think that way? Instead, you see flaws. You see faults. I'm too fat. Oh my God, my hair is so gray. I feel a zit coming on. I got to pluck my chin. Why are we so negative and hard on ourselves? But yet we expect to be this guiding light and shining star for somebody else, right? Start focusing on your strengths. Start working on your positivity. Surround yourself with good people that bring out the best in you, that are going to foster your greatness, instead of poo-poo and say, Jenny, I don't think that's a good dress on you, right? Stay away from those. Anyone judges me, I block and delete them. Even my mother. I'll get rid of her if I have to. But So short-term goals, long-term goals, and find 5 strengths. And I really want you guys to think about this. You have to be committed to this long after the excitement is gone. In the beginning, it was so fun. I enrolled 150 people. I was like flying, but then sometimes you get tired. Maybe I don't want to talk to anyone. Maybe this one's annoying me. You have to find motivation, whether you play music and get into a great, hyped up state, whether you read a book, whether you listen to a podcast, whether you have a great conversation with a friend. It is so, so important for you to really stay motivated and stay in the game, because I want to tell you, most people don't get rich in their first year. I'm going to be very honest with you. Most people don't make $1 million in their first year. But I'll give you another fact. The people that stay in this 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, they're the ones that are going to be successful. And sad to say, most people quit. Most people quit long before it's time. This is a rehearsal, right? You're practicing. You're getting good. You're working on those conversations. You're making a list. You're growing into the person that you're meant to be. And, we have different companies here with us today, but you're not going to grow into a millionaire if you got, a broke as a joke attitude. It has a lot to do with the way you think and the way you conduct and the way you feel about life. And I got to be honest with you, unless you're going to be a positive person, unless you're going to leave the negativity at home, unless you're going to start each day, pumped up, whether you go to the gym or put on a good song, people are not going to be attracted to the funky you. I'm not saying that we don't have bad days. There are some days that I want to punch my husband right in the head. We all have bad days. We're only human. But people are coming to us because we're positive, because we're inspirational, because when everybody's talking about Hillary and Donald Trump, there we are posting positive messages, positive quotes, right? People come to you because they're like, oh my gosh, how many of you guys signed up with your sponsor because they said something positive that really hit you in the heart? Yeah. Be that light for somebody. Be that ray of hope. Don't be the one that goes on Facebook talking about religion and politics, and I don't get involved in that. You know what? There's beautiful people everywhere, and there's negative people everywhere. But you have to stay this ray of light for somebody else. People come to you, right? I'll just use Isagenix just, for today, but whatever company you're from, people come to you not because they're in a good place. People come to you because they're stuck, because they've hit rock bottom, because they need help. Whether it's physical, whether it's financial, whether it's vocation, people come to you because they need your help, right? So what are you going to do to help these people? What are you going to do to be that hope for them? You're going to be positive. You're going to be supportive. You're going to be optimistic. You're going to be their biggest cheerleader. And that's how you start to grow a network. That's how you start to grow a business. And when you're a beautiful person, other people will refer people to you, right? That's just the way it works. People will send people your way if you're going to be that person. I ask friends for referrals all the time. And they give me referrals all the time because they know that they're going to be in good hands. And I think that's the whole premise is you have to stay committed. And you have to really keep your emotions in check. You do. You have to manage your frustrations. If you're pissed because you didn't get an enrollment, I promise you it's going to go far longer if you don't shake it off and be optimistic and be positive. And don't quit regardless. So staying motivated is up to you. So what are some ways that you guys keep yourselves motivated? Let's shout out some answers. Oops. I don't know how to unmute anyone now. I did some funny business. Unmute all. I think I did it. What are some ways that you guys stay motivated? I listen to music.
Music.
Yeah, I love music.
Audio. Audios.
Audio. Jade.
Yes.
Group.
Groups?
Staying in the start group and all the team groups.
Yeah, being on Facebook support groups, surrounding yourself with the same people, reading a chapter out of a book every day, growing yourself, committing to the fact that I'm not going to stay stuck. Guys, growing up in Brooklyn, you were never taught that you're going to be a success. I mean, having two immigrant parents, they were like, girl, if you get a pension and a health insurance, you are good as gold. I didn't want to just be making $50,000 a year, going into dangerous houses and, you know, investigating child abuse. I loved helping people, but I have to be honest with you. Once I had my own babies, I didn't want to put my life on the line anymore. I had kids to think about.
Right.
You know, so finding motivation is going to be so important, because there's going to be haters. There's going to be people that target you. There's going to be people that hurt your feelings. I have to tell you, I lost my best friend. My friend Lisa, who I grew up with since 6th grade, stopped talking to me. But you know what? The old me would have been recalling the conversation and trying to figure out what I did wrong, where I went wrong. The new me is like, the hell with it. If she doesn't see my worth, if she doesn't want to be my friend, what can I do? I've got to grow. I've got to keep going. So the motivation has to come from within. I have goals all over. I have goals on my desk. I have inspirational messages, double my highest cycle weeks. It says, be proud of my activity or ashamed of my inactivity. I have to motivate myself. You guys are leaders. You guys are champs. Nobody's going to, you know, knock on your door and say, hey, Karen, you got to get to work today. This is your business. You want to work it, work it. You don't want to work it, you don't. And you know what? For some people, that could be a difficult thing, because we're so used to punching a clock and answering to someone else, right? You have to be your own boss. You have to set up business hours. You have to say, regardless, I am committed to putting in 5 conversations today. 5 conversations. That's how I built my business. Posting on Facebook every day and sharing the story with 3 to 5 people. I didn't care if they said yes or no. Well, my concern was to tell them. I didn't prejudge them and think, well, she's not going to do it because she's not into health. I didn't prejudge and say, I talk to everyone. The ones that want it will, the ones that don't, oh well. And that's it. And it's worth it. It's so worth it. I've put together a band. For me, I feel like we're like on a, it's funny, I feel like we're like in a rock band. And I feel like it's a very like private clique, and I get to choose. She's the bass player, she's the drummer, she's the singer, and we've got an all-star band. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for all-stars. You're looking for rock stars. You're not looking for people that are going to say, I have diarrhea. You don't want people like that. You want people who are excited and fired up and ready to rock and roll with you. I don't want to have to be anyone's motivator or cheerleader. You got to do that for yourself. You know what's possible. You will hear the stories after story after story of how people have become successful, financially free, home with their kids, make 7 figures a year. You have to decide for yourself that you're worth it and that you're good enough and that you deserve this. And for most of us, that's the hardest part. And Isagenix doesn't have to be your life. Don't think that for any reason. I still have hobbies, I still have passions, I still have interests, but I use Isagenix. Isagenix is my vehicle to give me whatever I want to do. One day, if I want to buy a Zumba school or if I want to buy a Harley and travel, Isagenix is my vehicle. Right now, you guys think I'm going to get a Harley and skip out and go cross country. But really, Isagenix is your vehicle. Maybe you want to own a fitness studio. Maybe you want to buy a hair salon. Isagenix is the vehicle to really get you the financial freedom that you want. And it's the vehicle to get you there. And I tell you honestly, network marketing is the best industry in the world. They don't ask for a resume. There's no limit to how much you can make. You set up your own business hours. It's not physical labor, and you have the ability to impact people's lives. Every single day I wake up out of bed and I think, who am I going to help today? Whose life am I going to change? And if you're not waking up like that, you've got to figure out why. You've got to figure out what you're going to do to get out of your own head and do what you have to do to get there. We have so many screwed up thoughts in our mind. I'm not good enough. I'm too fat to tell people about this. Then when you get skinny, you say, I'm too skinny. They didn't see the fat old me. Now I can't tell anyone about it because they don't believe me. I mean, so much bullshit that we keep telling ourselves that stands in our way. Sometimes, remember when you were kids and you closed your nose, it jumped in the pool, you said 1, 2, 3, and you said, do it. That's how it has to be. How long are we going to talk about it and not get into action? You got to have a plan. Those are your short-term and long-term goals. You got to take action. You've got to execute, and then you're going to reflect and see what's working and what's not. And only then can you learn and grow. I'll be very honest with you guys. 2015, I made exactly the same amount of money that I made in 2016. And it wasn't small money, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I didn't grow. I made a multiple 6 figures both years because of this company, but I am pissed that my income stayed exactly the same. So you know what I'm going to do in 2017? I'm going to reflect. I'm going to look back and see what I could have done different, what I should have done different, and I'm going to grow the shit out of myself and take it to the next level because I get to control that. I'm either going to make excuses and say, oh, well, I can see what happens next year, or I can do something about it and say my family's going to live the best year of their life, and I'm going to ask their permission. Guys, mommy's going to be putting in some extra hours. Mom's going to work. Is it okay with you? I'm about to head into a 90-day game plan. But you know what? If you guys help me out and you be good girls and you get into bed by 8 o'clock, and honey, if you can cook dinner and just take care of that, at the end of my 90 days, I'll bring you guys wherever the hell you want to go. You want to go to Disney? Let's go. You've got to let your family in on it. You've got to let them know what you're about to do, and you need their support because it's serious and it's important to you. And at the end of the 90 days, you're going to celebrate together as a team, because without my tribe, without my kids, without my husband, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. This is not something that you can do alone. You can't lock yourself in a closet and say, I'll see you next week. We've got kids. We've got responsibilities. But we're also going to learn how to prioritize so that we can do Isagenix in the pockets of our life, so that it's fun, so that it's exciting, so that we're changing lives, and not so that it's straining. And you don't want to be in this if you're saying, oh, God, I got to do the Isagenix tonight. No, if you feel this way, something is wrong. Something is wrong. But you also have to treat it like a business. You have to dedicate time. Guys, I have a planner on my desk every single day, and if my book is empty, my business is dead. If you don't have appointments booked, if you don't have calls scheduled, if you don't have shit going on, there's an issue, right? Then you're treating this like a hobby and not like a business. So that's what I want you guys to do. Start small. Talk to 2 people a day. 3 people a day, 5 people a day. Guess what? You even if you stink at this, you talk to 10, you'll sign up 1. You get a little better, you talk to 10, you'll sign up 2. You get even better, you talk to 10, you sign up 3. That's how it works. I don't sign everyone up. If I signed everyone up, it's work. It's network, right? Network marketing. It's not called make a wish and hope for the best. This is not a lotto, but I will tell you that with every open account that you guys have, you have the keys to $1 million business. and how successful you are and how much time you put into this and how much you make out of this is 100% up to you. And there's no reason in the world why every single one of you guys can't take this balls out. There's no reason. Look at us. Look at us. We're all different, but we're all the same. We're all here because we're passionate. We love this. We want this. We see something incredible. And while most people, again, are home watching TV, you guys are on the call. So I want to commend you. I want you to post questions in the group. I want you to communicate. At the end of the 5 days, I'm going to link you with an accountability partner, somebody who you're going to rock and roll with, who you're going to set goals with, and you're going to check on each other. Right? It's hard. Listen, when you go to a Weight Watchers meeting, they're like, all right, Sue, weigh in. I'll see you in a week. Nobody's helping you. Nobody's watching you. Nobody's got your back. I don't want it to be like this. I want us to be accountable for one another's actions. Right? And you're all rock stars. Trust me, if I can do this, I mean, I wish you guys knew me like, you know, knew me, but if I can do this, anyone can do this. So before we end the call, do you guys have any questions? Tomorrow we're going to dip into organization, which I'm really excited about. Organization, time, commitment, and eliminating distractions. Do you guys have any questions or comments before we go?